You guys are probably going to ask me this question. Greetings and good morning, everyone. Anthony Mars Jr. on PR, Lost Galaxy 2014. Happy Sunday, and I hope you guys have a good one. And although this was a podcast that I just recorded on a Sunday this past January, so welcome to Terra Venture's podcast, to the podcast show on Terra Venture on PR Lost Galaxy 2014 with podcast episode 132. Presented by my self-devoted fan page on Facebook, my Morphin Megaverse Power Rangers Facebook group, as well as my brand new Dino Charge group, Unleash the Power, a Power Rangers Dino Charge Facebook group, but not in discussion with Dino Charge today, and my Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Fan-Film series group page and fan page all together. If you have not checked any of those, check them out now. And I also want to be brief on you about, in terms of the Fan-Film's Facebook page, my Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Fan-Film fan page on Facebook has now gained over 1,000 likes. Congratulations to those that helped my Fan-Film's Facebook page gain over 1,000 likes, and I congratulate those. Although my target audience has been more often people overseas, like in, I don't know, like Egypt and where else, Israel, Brazil, than people here in the United States, and probably even some people from the UK has also pressed a like on my Fan-Film's Facebook page. I would like to congratulate those who live in the UK, United Kingdom, and London and those places. And I would this is a topic that was kind of jarring from the get-go when I first started my Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Fan-Film series and beyond, and even from the start of PR Lost Galaxy 2014, even prior to the channel's existence. This is the question, based on the title of today's podcast: why puppets? I guess this is a really awkward, generic title to come up with today's subject. I want to make this brief with all of you guys today. Why puppets? If you guys have already seen my Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Fan-Film, and or if you didn't, to be honest though, I went with the production medium of making paper puppets, paper dolls, whatever, for a reason, because here's the simple reason why. One, people that I live at, that's around me, that I'm surrounded by, a lot of the time, I don't know these people, and they don't know me. But if they do stumble across me on this channel, or Facebook, Twitter, wherever, they're going to be like, as soon as I probably go out into, like, let's say at a store like CVS somewhere, or Walmart, Big Lots, the Hallmark shop, or a Burger King somewhere. And then if I go out and, like, let's say, even for example, a Burger King restaurant, if I go out and I would like a double Whopper with some fries and a sundae and whatever, and then someone will probably turn around and look at me and say, "Hey, you're Anthony Mars Jr., that guy who did the videos for that Power Ranger movie of yours," and I'll be like, "That's right." But unfortunately, none of the people don't need to know who I am, really. Think of me as an imaginary person right now who just does videos from the midst of anywhere across the world. But actually in a disembodied, with me being a disembodied voice right now for podcasts, like I've been doing for now I'm almost halfway, making over 400 videos on this channel. And the more videos I upload will be over 500 and beyond. That's one of the few things about why people don't want to know who I am, because, when I was in high school, my final year in high school, I had some recognition from people, and they would appreciate me, what I'm up to with my Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Fan-Film. After graduation from high school, I started to become very isolated. I started to be more boxed in from other people, because based on what's going on out in the real world right now, I mean, all these terrorist attacks and things, and what's going on locally with the crimes and such going on, nobody needs to know. Two, the second reason why is, I mean, in terms of why I've been doing the film the way I've been doing, the reason why, about in terms of regular people again, is that the people that is also around me are not fans of Power Rangers. Certain people, a lot of people that I can think of are mostly fans of, you know, same old TV shows you can think of on TV right now, like The Simpsons and Family Guy and some other shows on TV. Parks and Recreation, Saturday Night Live. Well, what's another show? Shows like that on TV. And people are interested into, there are some people that's interested in the video games like I do, comic books, and, well, if you're talking about celebrities, that's mostly something that the women would mostly discuss and not much men, because, you know, men doesn't like gossiping and all that. I get it. And, you know, those kind of interests, because not everybody that's around me has the same interests that I do. Everyone is different. I'm different. Well, I know that point in life. 3. Here's the third reason why people don't want to do reason why I've been doing the film with puppets, and also do the same thing with the next 2 movies I have planned. It's because, I mean, just because you guys expect me to do a fan film with costumes and real people in costumes, the problem is, when it comes to the costumes, I don't have the money to buy full-scale costumes of the Galaxy Rangers for my Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film. But actually, most of the currently, though, to be honest, though, there aren't any cosplay of the Lost Galaxy Rangers out there. I mean, in terms of Power Rangers cosplay, there is far more cosplay of other Ranger teams. And I've already made my point in my Lost Galaxy series retrospective video last year in November. And if you remember, the reason why I think it's going to be hard for me to rethink my thought on that from that video. That the reason why there isn't any cosplay of the Lost Galaxy Rangers for anyone to do outside from all other teams of Power Rangers, you know, the reason why nobody doesn't want to do Lost Galaxy cosplay, because nobody wants to go around dressed up as a Power Ranger with the Charlie Brown pattern. We get it. I get the point why I mean, the reason why they don't want to go around like that is because people will think of, well, obviously, Charlie Brown. Because, you know, the zigzag and the Galaxy costumes, and I get the problem there. That's why I feel that the reason... Well, I could see if I was doing a fan film of Mighty Morphin, like always, because, you know, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers has more cosplay than other Ranger teams do. So, although I do like Mighty Morphin, but I just find it a bit annoying now when it comes to... I mean, I love the Mighty Morphin costumes, always do. But nowadays, I just find it pretty annoying when it comes to the cosplay of Mighty Morphin and not other Ranger teams. I mean, there is some cosplay of In Space and Samurai and Mystic Force floating around, and probably Super Mega Force and Sentai teams like, let's say, Jetman and Go Busters floating around somewhere in the midst of cosplay fair and stuff, and you'll get the point. Why is there such like that there? And but of those of all the Ranger teams, Lost Galaxy, well, not just Lost Galaxy, but Time Force and Operation Overdrive is skipped for cosplay. Well, although I did find some images from a Nikki Cosplay's website where there is some cosplay for the Galaxy Rangers, but only for the Red Lost Galaxy Ranger and the Magna Defender present for the Lost Galaxy category of Power Rangers cosplay, however. But the problem is, how the hell am I going to pay... I mean, don't you realize how much a Power Ranger costume for cosplay costs? They are over $200, $300 some dollars for me to buy each costume. I don't have that kind of money, like most of you people do. I don't have that kind of money, and then once when I get some people who can do these movies with me, and if I do, like, crafted costumes of the villains, I mean, if I can do them from scratch, like do a costume of Deviant or Villamax or someone, that is going to cost me a lot of money. So, no, I don't have money. I'm not rich. People around me that I know isn't rich. We don't have that kind of money to be like big shots where we can do this and do that and just make our lives a lot better. No, I don't have that kind of money. So the cheapest route I've ever did, the reason why, and God forsaken, why I had to do the film with this medium is because it was something that I begged to do, because doing the film with puppets was my decision. If I decided to do the film with puppets, I'll do it with puppets. Even if you guys are going to hate me for it all the way through and say that making something like this is pathetic. You should have did this movie with real people in real costumes. End of story. But again, where am I going to get money to make a full-scale Lost Galaxy Ranger costume or any Power Ranger Seasons whose costume? I don't have that. I don't have that kind of money. I don't have like I don't have a huge stash of like $300 or $1,000 or whatever in my pocket. No, I don't. And that's one of those agonizing things that keeps getting on my nerve when I have some person stumble upon me and say, you know, Anthony, you should have did this movie with people in costume. That way your movie would be awesome to be watched. But doing it with puppets is going to lack an audience view, and people are not going to watch it. And not only that, they will hate you for doing the film with this kind of stuff, because it's something that a little kid would do, not something that a 22, 23, 24, 25, 26-year-old guy like yourself who live in the house all day would do, because you should be better off. I mean, if you're in, like, say, in a college age right now, you should be going out to college and getting a job and getting some friends and find a girlfriend and get married and beyond all that, and stop wasting your life and, you know, and finding yourself as a wasted, you know, you're wasting your life as a human being with no sole purpose to live on this planet, kind of, you know, meaning to me in that way. Because if people see you do this stuff for the rest of your life, and then when people look at you at the age of 26, 27, they're going to know that, right, if you do this by the time you turn 27, and then this is probably someone's way of saying, well, when I do reach that age in 2019 as Beckon, people will look at you as a man-child. Well, maybe. Well, I'm not going to go that route, but that's the point. But the problem, well, you see, this is a thing that I've been wanting to do since, well, if you have not known this, believe it or not, I have been doing this stuff, this puppet stuff, and doing the fan film in that medium. Even when I was about to do a fan film based on Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, I have been doing this medium since 2008, actually. This has been a few years before I even joined YouTube and even created the channel, but before, you know, Anthony Marsh 1. But in regards to that, I've been doing this medium since 2008 because I thought, well, the reason why I had to do it with puppets is because not much people wants to do stuff with me, and, you know, people would think my interest in Power Rangers is just immature, and I should have been into what other people were into. Like, let's say, like, what's a good video game in comparison that a lot of people like that I probably won't like, but actually I do like that franchise. Call of Duty, or Grand Theft Auto, or Halo, or Gears of War. And what's a good movie franchise unlike Power Rangers? Although Power Rangers only has like 2 movies, but there will be a 3rd one. A movie franchise that a lot of people like that I probably don't like in comparison. I can think of a few. Ghostbusters, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and some other movie franchises better than Power Rangers. And what other TV shows that other people that I know like that I don't like, unlike Power Rangers? I can think of a few. Like I mentioned, The Simpsons, and some other shows. But, you know, it's just, I can think of the easier shows and not shows I have never watched, but heard of, I never heard of before. And, well, because I wanted to go by that route because nobody cares what I do. Some people do. But sometimes they would drop interest in me because if I continue... You see, I've had this as a fixation for quite a long time. I mean, I've been so fixated of doing the film in this medium because it was a reason... I mean, I think there was a reason for it. I've been doing that medium. I've been doing this medium for as long as I can remember. Come 2018 will be 10 years since I've been doing this stuff with paper dolls. But by the time, well, I'll be like 16, 20, I'll be 26 years old by the time 2018 comes. But I will still be 25 and a half going on 26. Because if I started this stuff when I was 15 and a half going on 16, by 2018, 25 and a half going on 26. But 27 is the limit, because people see me do this stuff at the age of 27 in the future. They'll look at me as a man-child. Even if I'm in the house still doing it. I mean, at least I don't go, well, you know, for the last couple of videos, I don't go around posting videos where I play with Power Ranger toys all day on video. No, I don't do that. Not even my puppets. I don't do that on video. But if someone look at me like that, like compared to what's his name, I'm not going to. I'd rather just keep it discreet. I wanted to do the film with puppets because I thought it was a little cheaper, or something to keep me isolated from a lot of people who don't know me or just want to say something to put me down in a very negative way. And actually, based on my tone of voice, like I've been doing for so many videos for the last now 3 years, I've always sounded so negative. I've always sounded so pessimistic. I have always been. I hate to use this word, insecure, like a little bitch that some people look at me as, because, well, that's what I do. And I should man up and realize that I shouldn't let people put me down because I'm doing something based on something like this and doing it in a different medium, that knowing that most fan films of other stuff, I mean, let's look at a couple of fan films of other franchises I've seen with people in costumes. Well, actually, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of Batman fan films because Batman is the most popular character for fan films. Mortal Kombat, Superman, Spider-Man, Star Wars, James Bond, such fan films, where you have a lot of franchises where you have, even including Power Rangers, where you have people in costume playing as their favorite, playing as the character that they want to play in a fan film, and they just dress up as the character in costume. I've seen a couple of Power Ranger fan films prior to Zordon and Voltar and such, and even my own, actually excluding my own, where half of the Ranger costumes looked a bit cheesy and poorly crafted, or poorly sewn together when it comes to trying to make it more show accurate. I mean, you can get the helmets well, in some fan films I've watched, sometimes some of the Mighty Morphin helmets looked a bit tacky in fan films. But when it came to my film, again, I understand nobody doesn't care, but when it came to my film, I wanted to do it with puppets because I thought it was something that I wanted to do. Because since nobody wanted to do the film with me, or even future films and beyond, once I'll start the second film soon, people are still not going to want to do it with me. Even when I do my third and last film of my Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film trilogy, people still ain't going to do the film with me. So that's why I'm going to probably have to do these movies all by myself. Even it's going to take me a lot of hard work to get the next two movies done, and then my trilogy is done. Even my trilogy, and once it compiles all together, will come out as a crap-filled trilogy. Even if the trilogy will be the worst kind of fan film trilogy based on a Power Ranger season, even if it's a season of Power Rangers that hardly not much people talk about. So, because, everyone can talk about Mighty Morphin or in space all day, and I get that. But, I shouldn't be jealous that, I have to respect that there are people in the Power Rangers fandom that like seasons like Mighty Morphin or Power Rangers in space. But half of the time, I understand people want to phone me out and tune me out and say that, they don't care about my interests, and nobody cares. I get it. It's part of a way of how people react to what I say and what I do in videos, or even in public. And I get the flaw and the issue and the criticism what I'm getting from the film I'm doing, from these kind of movies I'm doing, is because I can see if I was doing it with real people people would watch these movies. But if it's if I'm doing a fan film of Power Rangers that comprise of only toys and do it in stop motion, some people will watch it. Well, because knowing people like, stop motion videos. And, if you do videos with action figures in stop motion, you're not considered a man-child. But if you're doing a video, but in the media I'm doing, if you're doing a video where you're just playing with dolls and stuff or toys all day, you're considered a man-child. And I have a feeling that I'm considered a man-child. Because maybe that's people's way of saying, I can't grow up. If you picked on, let's say, what's his name, who plays with, I'm not going to say the what dolls, pretty much you can do the same thing to me. But at least I don't go around, well, yes, you heard me in past videos if you watched them or not, or glimpsed at them and heard my voice, the way how I sound on video, talking so loud like a butthurt crybaby. I have always sounded so butthurt so much, and even in past videos I have done, I sounded like such a butthurt person. I've always did. I've always sounded like such a butthurt, disobedient person. Because nobody likes butthurt people. Nobody does at all. Now, I can see if I was going around in public, would I go around acting butthurt because some people don't like what I do? Over nothing? I shouldn't. I have to realize if people don't like my shit, then I need to face it. And worry about what I do, and don't worry about what other people do or say to me, or worry about what other people do, because I should be more focused on myself instead of thinking about other people. Because nobody cares about me, and I don't care about them. That's how it works. Actually, if you guys take it a different way around in the comment section, I would like to hear it from you, and maybe, or just don't say nothing at all, even if there is those that don't have open YouTube accounts. So, I've been doing this production medium since 2008, like I said. Come 2018 will be 10 years. And then 2019 will be 11 years, 2020 will be 12 years. And, well, by the time when I turn 2000, by the time 2022 comes, even though that's far away, a few years from now, 2022, or 2022, I'll be 30 years old, and probably by the time when I do turn 30, you're probably going to still see me do videos where I will still do the same stuff that I've been doing since from here to then, from now to, well, till then, but that is something that people don't want to see me do. Because people want to see me proceed and move on to something more real in life. Go out and get a job like everybody else does. But but in the financial state and such that I'm stuck in right now, in this dark time right now, in this dark, these dark struggles and times right now, I can't do those things. I'm not going to go, and I'm not going to make some stupid bullshit excuse saying that I'd rather stay home every day and, whatever, Social Security, whatever, and just do this kind of video and just act like a man-child and play with shit all day on videos and making pointless videos where, like I always do, doing pointless podcasts about my personal life and my life with Power Rangers, fan fiction, the Power Rangers community in general. No. Half the time, if you guys heard me on this channel, I've been doing videos of other stuff recently. And if you have not watched those videos, you should see that I'm trying to proceed on trying to do videos of other stuff. Even I'm not good at talking about other subjects and, don't know much about them. But yet I can know about a couple of franchises of other film and television and crap. And even if I've never watched this stuff or read the stuff. But still, or even when it comes to talking about video games, even if I played a video game or have not played it, I know exactly what I'm talking about. But I know I get so tongue-tied when I talk about this stuff, but people are going to hate. And once when I do release my next Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film and the next one after that, people are still going to hate me for making the film with puppets. I mean, you know you guys are going to suggest me later on in the comment section after this video is over, or when you tune out the video and pause and say, fuck you, and then leave the video, whatever. You're going to tell me that I should have did these movies with people because, you know, living beings like myself and everyone else around here watching, instead of something that is non-living, that you can't pre-emulate, pre-emulate on camera and stuff, and just have it work out, because that doesn't work. That's something, and knowing that you would tell me this is something that a little kid would do and not someone in his 20s would do. Or if you're even more creepier than that in a certain age limit, 30 or 40. Because if people look at you like that, once you get really, really older, people will look at you as a really creep that needs serious mental help. And that's the truth. And, I mean, if you checked on, like, if you've seen the videos I've done, and even photos on my Twitter and such. Actually, I have not posted anything on Twitter lately, but I've been on Facebook a lot of the time. And checked on the Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Fan-Film's Facebook page and the group page, and I have posted photos of my puppets, of the characters, and, the Rangers and villains respectively. And you see, why am I doing the stuff? And look, you guys are already seriously aware and awake of this stuff because I do this stuff. Because you probably know or don't know why I do it, and also why, and I told you my explanation, my simple explanation why. Because nobody cares about what I do. And I'm doing this to express to those who don't know me, or in other words, don't like me, or don't care. That's why I do this stuff. You guys, some of you can be jealous about it all you want, because or just don't care and say pass, find something more realistic and interest. I get it, and I understand that this kind of stuff that I've been doing for almost now 3 years on this channel, 4 years on my defunct old channel, is less worth watching or talking about because nobody cares. I get it. I'm kind of speechless that I have to come up here and make a point why I have to do it on this medium. It's because it's something that I chose to do. So, I can't put this in no further explanation why I do it. It's because this is just a simple question that I wanted to post. And I know this is a very short podcast. I don't have nothing else to say. But what do you guys feel about what I do in terms of this production medium for my Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Fan-Films? This was just a simple question, not where I can go on for 30 minutes and so talking about this subject. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I'm off for right now. So this is Anthony Mars Jr. on PR Lost Galaxy 2014, logging off, and I'll see you guys right back here next time. And I hope you guys respond to this question. Why puppets and why I do it, and I should have did it with real people like I've been saying over and over for a couple of minutes. I just don't have nothing else to say today, but just, in basing on what you guys think of the question on today's topic, why I do it. So be sure to subscribe or unsubscribe if you're unwilling to follow or just don't care. So, and I'll see you guys right back here next time. Thanks for watching.